You see, the Damani family has been the pioneers of architectural aluminium in India since the early 1950s. And from 1970s, we were doing a lot of exports to the GCC. Now, around the middle of 1970s, we carried out a large project in Kuwait. If you know, there was a housing project which had 4,000 houses in the township of Suleybikat. We did all the work of supplying and fixing those windows from India. But at that time in the 70s, exports from India were very difficult. There was a lot of bureaucracy with the government. So we decided to set up a manufacturing plant in the GCC to service the area. I, being the youngest member of the family at that time, was assigned the task of putting up a plant in this part of the world. So in 1979, I came to this part, went to all the Gulf states, did a survey, a market survey, and found that Bahrain at that time had the best telecommunication, the best airline connections, best infrastructure, not forgetting that the Bahraini people were the friendliest and most educated at that time. Though Bahrain in land size was the smallest among all the other Gulf states, but I decided that keeping its infrastructure in view, I would put up my headquarters here, treat the whole of the GCC as my home market, and the rest of the world as my export market. Today, we export some of our products to over 30 or 40 countries all over the world, 40 countries all over the world, and I would say 36 years since then, I think I'm happy with the decision that I took to put the company here. Historically, I would say that Bahrain has always been the pioneer among the Gulf states, be it telecommunication, banking, the aluminium industry or the refining industry. But unfortunately, for some reason or the other, it has not been able to maintain its pole position, or it does not continue to maintain that position. As far as Bahrain as a destination today, I would think Bahrain still continues to enjoy an advantage over others because of its regulatory norms, where it is much ahead of all the other Gulf states. In spite of being a small place, given its location, its friendliness of its people, the open, I would say, let's say, access to the GCC markets and the US, provided of course the FTA is renewed with the US. Companies who want to set up base here should eye the Gulf market and the US market, and it still becomes an advantageous position. Not forgetting that Bahrain still continues to enjoy being the lowest in terms of expenses. Bahrain still is the most competitive in the region. I think in today's world, networking is a very important tool. And the Capital Club, I think, gives a platform for people to meet the creme de la creme of the business and the professional communities in a very elegant atmosphere. That's very, very good. And then the new themes which the Capital Club is bringing out, like the monthly Majlis, that also gives opportunity to interact with some of the top figures in Bahrain on a one-to-one basis. And I think in a very short time, the Capital Club has created a niche for itself where everybody likes to be seen and heard, which surely is a feather on the cap of the Capital Club.